Have you ever really thought about self-worth? Like where it's coming from, how you get it, how you keep it, what's destroying it? I think most people, they kind of tend to have a pretty shallow understanding of self-worth. At least I have really spent a lot of time thinking about it and talking about it with my friends and the people I coach. And it's not very often that I actually come across people that have spent a lot of time and effort thinking about self-worth. And yet it's one of the absolute most critical things for, at least what I think, is for living a good life that is aligned with your values, where you feel good, where you go out with actual confidence that's grounded. I feel like when you have a strong sense of self-worth, that's a cue that you are living a life that is very aligned. And if you don't really have a lot of self-worth, I think it's because you tend to betray yourself. I think one of the most interesting things about self-worth is that you can kind of have two types. It's not just self-worth. It's kind of like there is an internal self-worth that's coming from within, and then there is an external self-worth that is created from without. And those two are essentially feeding the same beast. Maybe that's a wrong way to put it. They are kind of creating the same confidence, but they are rooted into very different things. And the outcome of that confidence and the stability of that confidence is wildly different based on the fact that you either have internal or external self-worth. I think just to line it up, I think external self-worth, that's really easy to understand. That's basically, if I have to put it plainly, it's all the things that you have that someone could take away from you that is providing you self-worth, a sense of value. So it could be your car, could be your good looks, could be your partner, could be where you live, could be almost anything that you can kind of possess and that someone could take away. Could be your job, for example. So I think that's external worth in a nutshell. All these things, and it can be so many other things as well. It could also be, if you're an athlete, for example, it could be in your ability to score goals or kick the ball really hard or run fast or whatever that might look like. Imagine if you permanently get an injury that means that you can never do this again, then it's instantly taken from you. Even though it seems like an internal quality, it's still based on some external factors that you're not really in control of. And I think internal self-worth has much more to do with how you look at yourself from a foundational point of view. Like, do you believe that you have value as a human being, regardless of what you can do, regardless of what you are doing, regardless of your level of success? Do you have a foundational belief that as a human being, you will be able to sort out your situation no matter the circumstance? You foundationally believe that you are a person whose word can be trusted and counted on, both when those words are speaking to others, but also to yourself. Are you keeping the promises you make yourself? Are you keeping the promises you make to others? Are you speaking truth? Are you being honest even when it's difficult, even when it's costing you in the short term? Do you have a high sense of integrity? Is that important to you? I think those are among things that cannot be taken from you, regardless of the situation. And the self-worth that is built from those beliefs, that is a rock-solid foundation to ground your confidence on. Because the confidence is similar to the confidence that you could get from being the best in your class, or having the faster car, or being the smartest person in the room, or being the best looking person, whatever. Like, you still get confidence from both, and that's fine, but life is so unpredictable, and I think life's just also like, it's ironic many times. It's comedic. It always finds a way to kind of throw you off from the plan you made. Always has a way of giving you what you need instead of what you want. And knowing that confidence is important to go out and succeed with what you want in life, I fully acknowledge that. Then to me, it's just very logical to build confidence based on something that can't be taken away from you, that you can bring into any situation you face, instead of having confidence tied up in some material asset or in some social setting where you can't really control that takes you and the circumstances that those things will give you. I kind of think that like This is what happens to so many people when they become wildly successful in like a very short span of time, and that they either start with a lot of external self-worth and that gets validated and built upon and maybe even exaggerated, and then suddenly that might be the only self-worth that you actually have is in the success of your business or your career or your sport or whatever that might be. You pin everything on that, and then you lose that in a split second, and then you have fuck all to land on, like internally, and you lose your sense of identity. You can't figure out like who are you when you don't have that. What value do you bring to the world? Like, why would people love you now? Like, then everything sort of crashes all at once. Or I think sometimes you see people take a really big hit, but inside they are kind of okay because they have a lot of different things that they can fall back on that is resting inside of themselves. And they know that even though they failed spectacularly with this business or that venture or this career, that doesn't take anything away from the value that they have as a person and the love that their family has for them, the place that they still have amongst their friends, all the value that's still inside, even though it's not validated by the outside. Like, that person will much faster get up again because they know that this wasn't them that failed, this was the project that failed, right? They are not the permanent failure, the loser. They are just someone who failed, full stop. And now they gotta go try again because they know they can. They know that their value is not 100% bound up in some company or asset. And I'm not saying that some people, they don't have any external self-worth. I think we all do. And I think it's completely natural to have some part of your self-worth tied up to the external things. And I think it will hurt for everyone to fail at something. It's kind of like having a table with 4 legs, and then for the person who also has a lot of internal self-worth, they maybe lose a leg, right? And the table is a little bit unstable if you sit in the wrong corner or lean up against the wrong spot. And that's fine, because you can just not do that, right? Still might mean that you sometimes do it and you get anxious or sad or mad or frustrated or feel hurt. It's fine. But I feel like the people who mostly or only have external self-worth, when they fail at that one thing or they lose all of those things that gave them that self-worth, then it's like all of the legs on the table that are just removed at once, right? And then there's no fucking use of a table that doesn't have any legs. And when you're not in total control of any of the legs on a table, then you're really at the mercy of chance, the world, circumstance. That's not really a good place to be. So that's a little on self-worth. And that was my bike trip.